and welcome to Tally Benchwarmers, your unofficial, definitely not expert take on the latest in local sports and in the collegiate world. This week, we are backbenching on FSU football, FAMU football, and FSU women's soccer. So for the next 30 minutes, the WFSU team is going to concentrate on FSU and FAMU collegiate sports. And now it's time for me to introduce the Benchwarmers, those of us on the end of the bench. I'm David Mullins, the head benchwarmer, WFSU general manager. Joining me is WFSU sports reporter Adrian Andrews. Hello, Adrian. Good to see you again.
Good morning. Good morning, David.
Adrian kind of was not with us for the past week or so, but glad to have you back. You're ready to get into this conversation?
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Oh, man, yeah. Also is WFSU's, I think, chief swim correspondent also from her high school days on the swim team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Jennifer Tappan is our CFO, and WFSU's assistant chief engineer and resident FSU sports guru is Eric Carter. Eric, you missed us last week, too. So Adrian and Eric, when it comes to the picks later, they were 4-0 that first week. They didn't pick anything last week. So Jennifer and I kind of caught.
So they were 0-4 last week.
They were 0-4. Oh, my gosh.
No, we were 0-0. 0-0.
Yeah.
It feels good to be back.
Okay,
I'm glad to be back in the house with my family.
Good to have the bench full today. And we say this every podcast. For legal reasons, please don't take any of this to Vegas for any gambling purposes. You know, and if you're interested in sponsoring this podcast, you can contact us at tallybench@wfsu.org. We'd love to have sponsors for this product, for this program, that can help us to even get better. Okay, do you know that sound? That's the war chant. I guess that means it's time to talk. Can we call it FSU football these days? I mean, they were on the field. They played Clemson.
Mm-hmm. We can call it an FSU tailgate.
An FSU tailgate. There you go. Well, hey, last week when we were talking, we were hopeful that it was not going to be a blowout. I mean, I think I think not being a blowout on the scoreboard now, 500 total yards is tough. But that's the bend that don't break kind of mentality, right?
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah, but still, 20 Clemson with that last field goal. I think they beat the spread. Now, that's my Las Vegas talk, but I think they beat the spread. But I don't know. It was. What do you think? What are y'all's reactions to the loss to Clemson?
I was ecstatic when we scored our first touchdown.
So was the whole thing.
Ecstatic.
The whole crazy. Yeah.
That was amazing.
It was a very good pass. I liked it.
It was. That was a good pass.
Yeah. He looked comfortable back there when they gave him time.
Yeah.
That's been the problem all season.
No, absolutely.
Not having time.
Not having time,
So,
yeah.
He ran it well, too.
He has good legs.
Yeah.
He has really good legs.
That made me happy to see for a change.
They need to get him to rolling out a little bit more to take advantage of that speed. Eric is not going to agree with that. No,
well,
not necessarily.
Defenses will actually start playing for that, knowing that they're going to move the pocket.
Yeah.
And they'll just leave a spy out there ready to crush him. And he's not the biggest guy.
Yeah. I mean, what is it about, what is it about Brock that's so different than DJ? I mean, and I think he's a little bit more mobile, right? But as far as the throws that he was making, or maybe the offense and what they dialed up for him, I think they kept it simple, just like they do with DJ, right?
It was the exact same offense that they had for DJ. With the exact same results.
Well, how did it?
With wide receivers dropping the ball.
Yeah.
To me, I saw the same sort of thing. I saw the same thing.
Some of those drops were so key. It may not be a game changer, but they were certainly drive changers. I mean, oh my gosh.
Well, in every single game, those drops came at moments where we could have swung momentum ever so slightly in our way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
so, and then there was that Benson that caught the one pass that then got called back for a holding on the offense?
That long pass on the sideline. It was pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty.
That was pretty.
Yeah, but you know what I loved about Brock though? He has that. He forgets, like, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't hold on to some of those things, right? When he threw that first pick, and we were like, okay.
By the way, who was he throwing to?
It was throwing to the defender.
It was a perfect pass to the defender.
It was somebody over there he was open, but he was like, okay, you throw that out, and you start over. And he was able to, to come back and really put together some solid drives.
Brock was playing with house money. He has nothing to lose at this point because he didn't start the season with the expectations of carrying the team all the way to the end. So he's playing with house money, and it's easier to play looser that way.
Hey, listen, this is the first game that I've been at all season long where the fans did not boo at all. There was no booing in the stands.
I think his attitude, too. His attitude was just, I haven't seen FSU look like a team. No matter the mistakes, the drop balls, we can talk about that all day long. But they looked more like a team, especially on offense, that I've seen all season long, and it was just his attitude. I loved it. Poor Brock. He's not this superstar quarterback, but he has heart and he has fight.
Who knows?
Isn't he? He's a senior, right?
No, Brock is he's a red shirt.
I think he's a
red shirt sophomore now.
Sophomore.
He'll be a sophomore this year.
Yeah.
He's a red shirt freshman last year.
We'll have him for a little while. I think he has a whole lot of potential, and I think he could be probably not our best quarterback we've ever seen, but I think he could be. He could be really, really good in the future.
He needs to learn how to slide.
Yes.
Yeah,
he's not the biggest guy, so
he needs to learn how to slide. He needs to
get down quick.
He's got some stuff to learn, but just seeing him take on more of a leadership role than DJU ever did.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I know me and Eric are gonna.
From some observations from the field and during games, you felt like there was a more positive attitude coming out of the quarterback position. I guess maybe that's what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's playing with house money. He's loose. He's fun. He's out there basically being a gunslinger, and that's what you want your quarterback to be, is that gunslinger. Like you said, make a mistake, get it real quick, go back out there and do it again.
Yeah, you still got to have an offensive line that's going to block, and you got to have a center that's going to put the ball in his hands.
That was so frustrating.
Four horrible snaps. Yeah.
They were in field goal position.
Good on Brock too for not letting
falling on the ball.
Yeah, well, for not letting them get out of control. That could have easily been disastrous.
There were two in a row, weren't there?
Yeah,
there were two bad snaps. I wasn't on the field at the beginning of the second half, so I missed those. But wow, that's
how about that? Special teams defense.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, that was fun.
That was fun.
When's the last time you saw two blocked field goals in one game?
Against Clemson has that. Team that actually prized themselves on being sound in all levels. So that was actually good.
Of course, on their made field goals, they still beat us.
Well,
it was 15-13 just on the field goals alone.
I thought the defense did okay. Yeah. I think we limited those big plays downfield. I think the tackling was A1. I really think they did good. I mean, people can say what you want, but I believe the yards after catch.
Okay,
it wasn't there.
Okay, yards after catch, but they were still getting into the defensive backfield on almost every run. It felt like. Oh my
but they made those tackles. They made the tackles. Now, mind you, that one shot where it looked like a little bowling ball and they bounced off each other.
Their tackling still needs to work. They
improved on this game.
I want them to get better in open field tackling because they're allowing the guy to get a little extra yards after that. Whereas other teams, when they're tackling us in the open field, that's the end of the play right there. It's done. Mm-hmm. So our linebackers got to get stronger. They have to get stronger because, like you said, David, they're getting into the defensive secondary on those runs.
Well, Lundy was out this game, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was really a big impact, but I know that DJ was out. So we had two DJs out. Both the DJs were out this week.
But speaking of DJ, on the sideline.
Oh, okay. No, okay. Yeah. We were talking about this before we started.
On the sidelines, me and somebody in here, I ain't going to name no names, Jennifer.
Me.
We have a difference of opinion on him being on the team as a leader, role model type person.
Mm-hmm.
I see him in that position.
Well, he's a senior. He should be a leader. All the seniors should be leaders.
To me, his demeanor is he's still in the learn the system mode. Yes, he got here kind of early, but you go you're in your third program of learning their culture. you really don't want to step on toes, so you kind of default to other people.
Yeah, but it just may be DJ's personality. He just may he doesn't have
vocal. He doesn't.
No, he's not vocal like what we just had.
He's not James Winston. Put it that way.
No,
he's not that.
No,
nobody is James Winston.
He's quite the opposite.
Yeah.
I look at DJ and his demeanor on the sideline. He's more like Andrew Luck. Andrew gets in the game. He's an analyst of the game, but he doesn't get very animated.
We could
on the
only
sideline.
hope that he would be like Andrew Luck. We could only hope that could be
that would be nice. That would be nice. But he hurt his hand.
Yeah,
he played an actual almost a quarter with a hurt hand.
So I knew that. I thought in the last game, I thought him looking at his left hand. That when did he hurt his throwing hand?
He hurt his throwing hand when they kind of sandwiched him.
Okay.
In the beginning of the third quarter.
Okay.
And he was trying to extend his hand through it. And got caught up in a face mask.
Okay.
So those kind of injuries, unfortunate. They hurt.
Yeah, it takes some time.
we got a bye week. I don't know how long his injury is going to be nagging him, but if let's just say we got a bye week, Norvell may have a decision to make if DJ is healthy enough in 10 days from now. It's a Friday night game, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Short week. That's not.
Yeah, you got a week off in a short week.
It's not really a short week. It's a Friday game.
Yeah,
so.
Friday night game, right? Yeah. But so what you do if you're Norvell? I mean, this is worse. Obviously, the worst start since he's been here. Maybe his worst start since he's been a head football coach. But worst start for us in a long time. So coach may have another tough decision to make. Do you stick with the gunslinger?
I think you stick with Brock.
Yeah.
I mean, just for morale purposes, we didn't win against Clemson, and I didn't think we would, but I was happy.
Who else do you have?
Can we transfer portal some wide receivers that can actually hold on to the ball?
Oh my God!
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter who's back there behind center. I think if
they're not catching,
First of all, we need a center that can snap the ball properly.
And then,
we need an offensive line that can push.
We need an offense. We need an offense.
We got the young kid, the tight end who actually caught some balls.
He looked good.
He looked good. He dropped one ball that looked like it was right in his hands, but get the tight end position tightened up there now. I don't know as far as the wide receivers. Everybody dropped a ball. And,
Did anybody else notice on broadcast that when it said what each team has to gain if they win for FSU, it said hope and respect, and I was like, ouch, that hurt.
What is Norvell? I mean, lots of times you got, even in a weak season, you got we can still have the chance for maybe a bowl game. That's got to be almost a given that's not going to happen. Right?
I think we have to win six to be bowl eligible.
5 more games to win.
And that's not going to happen. One of those games is a team that I don't want to admit, but we're probably not going to be.
2 of those teams, I don't want to admit that we're going to lose to. Really bad.
Hey, but listen,
I know which two you're talking about.
We'll talk about Miami later, but I mean, Cal played them pretty daggone good.
No, so. Cal gave that game away.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll talk about that later. That's it's tough to travel. These teams aren't used to traveling that far.
Yeah,
across the country. It's a different kind of a thing for college.
I think that's
players.
good though. I think that's really good.
Yeah,
get some prep for anybody who's going to go to the pros. Get some prep for that, right?
Yeah. Instead of playing in a localized area, you get to travel all the way across the country.
That's part of the business.
Get to see Berkeley. Yeah. Okay, so enough about FSU football.
How about
we're going to talk about the Rattlers, aren't we? Yeah, I mean, the Rattlers, we all thought they would win. They did what we thought they'd do, right? Yeah.
Tough time for any Alabama school, ain't it?
Ouch. They all lost.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
The good thing about this win with FAMU, it's their first conference win.
Correct.
First conference game, went on the road, got it done.
Yeah, I thought it was, obviously it's good for the program. You get that first one under your belt for a conference. I thought there were some things that you definitely got to tighten up on, especially if they want to make another run back to Atlanta, to the championship. I think Daniel Richardson played probably his worst game of the season.
Well, he had 2 picks, right?
Yeah, it's just throwing into
it should have been more.
Double coverage. It was nonstop. I said, what?
Their secondary gave up too many explosive plays.
Mm-hmm.
And so tightening up on that, I think they'll be good. Like you said, hopefully he got that bad play out of his system with this game, first conference game. Get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Got a tough one coming next week.
Oh, yeah. You got Jackson.
Well, but it's a bye week now, right?
No, for them, they're playing Jackson State next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't it a bye week for FAMU this week, and they play Jackson State next week?
I think we're good. I think it's nonstop football now. We already had our bye
so
week.
I'm all out of sync here.
FSU has the bye.
Yeah.
So we'll go 0-0 this week.
Okay.
Yeah. We're but hey, Dion's old team. Listen,
they're still playing good.
They're tough.
They're still playing good.
They're tough. We play them in Mississippi.
Yeah.
So that's another headache, but hopefully we can pull that one out.
But this weekend's win was, if I'm reading my notes right, 17th consecutive conference victory for FAMU. So
that is correct.
I mean, when you're riding that kind of a positive, wave, it's that helps.
You got it. I mean, everyone wants to see, hey, can FAMU go back? I mean, obviously we're not going to look into an undefeated season or anything like that, but can they make it back to the championship? It's Atlanta is now the goal. That's the standard.
Yeah.
People want to see you got to go back. You can't just go one time. Yeah. So and then again, we'll see. As the season progresses, we'll see definitely against this Jackson State team what FAMU is really made of.
Yeah.
And honestly, I thought they did better against FBS comp. Versus
they played down. They played down this week. They played down to Alabama State, and
I just thought they did better against Troy than Alabama State, and that was just kind of weird to me. I thought the score would be a little bit different, but it's still got the win. And that's what Colsey is right. Proud of at the most.
And by the way, I just looked at this at their schedule. The 19th is their Jackson State game, so they do have a bye.
Yeah,
this
they
week.
got a
bye
this
week.
Then.
Yeah,
So
they got a bye to kind of get ready.
Okay, good. That's even better for them.
And so
better. Yeah, you can work out those kinks.
What I am excited about for FAMU football is the boosters and the fan base is actually more excited now.
Yeah.
For many years, it was always yes, this is FSU town. This is a big city, but FAMU is always a good football team. They're playing a lot better. They're getting the support, and that's always a good thing when the fans are, yes, not just there for the halftime show, but actually to watch the football game, the full experience.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I saw a lot of that orange and green, in that stadium, and it's it's right up the road. It's in Montgomery, so it's not too far, but I definitely see. That Jackson State game, we'll definitely see a lot more orange and green there. Well, I mean, that's our rival.
But that lets me know
that's
that
the rival,
fan base is actually willing to travel. Before it was more local. They would stay closer to the stadium. We don't want to go out there because now, since the excitement's around, they're moving with it.
Willie Simmons did a good job. He built a good program.
Yeah, he did.
So now it's kind of taken to the next level. Speaking of rival bands, Clemson it didn't look like it was their whole band, but they brought enough to make it really annoying.
They're always annoying.
Yeah, okay.
They're always annoying. When my wife and we go to the game, we just laugh because we so they can actually spell Clemson.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. So FAMU, they've got a good record. They've got a good team. They've got real chances here.
The great thing about it is our expectations has changed. So since our expectations have changed,
so there'll be a little more pressure too on the team.
It does. It does.
But that's a good thing. Instead of I expect them to lose, it's like, come on, guys, you can play better than this. So, make Tally the title town that it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that.
Well, I think we need both schools to be able to say that.
I was just going to say.
Well, you think about it like this. And the reason I say is the title town that it's supposed to be because last year we won the ACC championship.
And the SWAC.
And they won the national championship, for the historically black colleges. So that's the title town.
There you go.
We'll see what this season makes.
We may be depending on even other sports besides football.
That's right.
You got the soccer.
There it goes.
So
yeah. So that is. I mean, that's our signal to talk about FSU women's soccer coming off. Well, a 2-game losing streak.
Disappointing week.
Yeah, disappointing week. Yeah, I mean, Wake Forest. I mean, it was a road schedule too, right?
Yeah.
So Wake Forest, maybe not quite as unexpected, but certainly disappointing.
Yes.
Yeah. And then they were looking good against Virginia Tech, and then Virginia Tech came back and scored 3 times in 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was like
where did that come from?
Like the 80th minute before Tech scored. It's like, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's a little bit of growing pains.
Yeah,
we got our full team back again now.
Yeah,
so now
they have to learn. They have to mesh. They have to learn how to play, with each other. And maybe that's what it was. But I think that Virginia Tech loss, that was a bit different. I think no one thought, okay, halfway in the second half, we'll have. You wouldn't see another goal from Florida State. I think that was really just weird. That's not.
And it didn't seem like we were able to
completely unexpected.
We weren't able to attack.
Yeah.
We weren't even. We were playing a lot of defense instead of attacking.
Yeah.
So those, like you say, they scored 3 goals in 15 minutes, and in that 15 minutes, we weren't even really able to get the ball,
it was like
in position for us.
They were just stunned. They didn't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the Wake Forest loss, that one, okay, top 10. It
Number
was
4.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those teams. Like, okay, obviously, I think when you go into the season and definitely you have this unbeaten record, eventually, it will end. Right. Mm-hmm. So what happened? You're top 10, the 4, in the country. Okay, now. The following week, when you go and lose again, consecutive losses, I think that's really what's like such a just surprise, a shock for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But lucky for them, they have almost a week off.
Yeah.
Before they play, and then they play Boston College in Boston. So.
But I'm glad we still haven't lost here in Tallahassee.
That's right. Yeah, it's still kind of.
We have not lost here in Tallahassee, so we're holding. Well, most of our teams are holding home court.
Yeah. Well,
not our football team, but our home court in football is also kind of in shambles at the moment. So
I guess it's apropos.
Right?
It's apropos for the season.
Yeah, we're just kind of in shambles right now. It'll be fine. We'll be back.
I'll tell you, another team that's holding home court is the FAMU volleyball team, still undefeated at home.
FSU also.
Yeah.
Both teams. I'm really impressed at the way they're playing. Both teams are playing good. FAMU's volleyball team is playing outstanding.
It seems like they're off the charts.
They are undefeated in the SWAC. They're kicking behind.
Yeah, that's right.
They're kicking behind, and that's good. They're 12-5 for the season.
6 sweeps for the season so far.
Wow.
They're doing excellent.
That's amazing.
And like we were talking about with FSU volleyball, we had the ACC Player of the Week.
Nice.
Yes, Mrs. Audrey. I can't pronounce her name. I don't want to beat it up. Her last name is Coing.
Sounds close enough to me. Neither of us are doing the play-by-play on the games, so we're good. Yeah.
Maybe they should let us.
They should. We should. That could be a separate side gig. We need to. You can get off of the bench sometimes, right, and do other things. Adrian's side gig is he's covering storms and all that, but the three of us,
that's 4.
Yeah,
that's 4. We can do it.
Yeah.
We can put. I can be down on the court, and we can have you and Jennifer up in the booth.
Yeah.
And he can be out there interviewing the coaches.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great plan.
Well, Eric, I'm glad you mentioned that. They got their rival, the in-state rival, got Bethune.
Yes.
Cookman.
Yes.
They have that this Wednesday. So
that's going to be an excellent game.
Oh man, I gotta make that one. Is that home or is that away? That might be in Daytona.
Yeah, no, it's they're home. They're home with against.
I think it might change. It might change. They might swap the schedule because of the storm coming.
Because Bethune could be in the path as it goes across, right? But it's still a home game here. So you think Bethune couldn't get here or not?
They could switch the schedule instead of having if the game is supposed to be in Bethune, which is in the path.
It's not. Yeah, okay, but this game is definitely a home game.
Yeah, it's in Tallahassee.
So
we're good. So I might make that one. I think I'm gonna make that one. That should be a good game.
I think I might need to go to that one too, just to hit advance.
Listen, and then FSU volleyball was playing number 4 Louisville this week.
I think that's going to be an excellent game.
It's so many great games.
Yeah, so that's a home game here too at Tully. So
Yeah. So many great games.
We may have to send you to the FAMU game, and the three of us are to Tully to check out.
I'm going to FAMU also.
You're going to FAMU? Okay. Yeah, well, I'm just saying we can't all be everywhere.
Right, so FAM's playing on Wednesday, you said, so is FSU also?
I don't know, I forget if it's Wednesday or Thursday.
It's Thursday.
It may be Thursday.
That's on Thursday. We'll definitely make that one.
Yeah.
We'll make that
so,
one.
how fun is it to be talking volleyball on a sports program?
And they're both dominating.
And they're dominating. And,
both of them are undefeated at home.
Yeah.
There you go. Did you hear the whistle?
Yes, I did.
I think they're tired of us talking volleyball. It's time to talk picks.
All right.
Picks of the week. Okay, so we were talking about this earlier now. Jennifer and I had some success picking last week.
Okay.
You and Adrian, neither one of you were on the podcast last week, but you're still undefeated. You still got a 4-0 record on picks, but. And this week we've got 3 state teams that have got byes anyway. FSU thankfully has a bye.
Whew.
Yeah,
we'll go undefeated.
We will not lose this week.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
We will not lose this weekend.
That's the best news I've heard.
But then as we talk, FAMU's got their bye, and to get ready for Jackson State. But the Gators, who pulled out, I thought UCF was going to beat them last week. Really did. But did they save Napier's job with a victory over UCF last week or this past weekend?
I will say this. Napier's on thin ice.
Yeah,
he's on thin ice. He's in that precarious situation that Willie Taggart was in. When they were about to fire him, and then he won those 3 games, and then he lost to Miami, and they let him go.
Yeah.
This game here against Tennessee, I'm going Tennessee.
Well,
I'm going Tennessee.
Okay, Eric,
I'm just going to jump out Tennessee.
I mean, Tennessee got upset. Man, what a weekend of upsets! I mean, seriously, we talked. We just kind of touched on Alabama. Vandy beating Alabama. Oh man, that was a shock.
In Arkansas,
yeah.
And Michigan losing.
And Missouri. A&M beat Missouri. I think it was some really stunning. It was a stunning weekend for college football. But
Going
Tennessee.
Going Tennessee.
Can you imagine after having lost to Arkansas that Tennessee actually lose to the Gators? I mean, that's a huge rivalry game.
Yes,
obviously,
it is.
right?
Yeah. Yes.
But Adrian, who are you picking?
I'm going with Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think Tennessee. Yeah.
Tennessee.
Yeah. Well, because
Tennessee is the better team. Yeah. Even if the other team is.
I think that Adrian and I are the only 2 on the bench right now that would actually even think about picking Florida in a given game.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
So my brother has a name for Florida, and I can't say it. It involves bad words. It's actually several bad words that combine into one big word.
They are the swamp lizards.
But no, I think Tennessee's got a strong program.
I think they're gonna kill them.
And the Gators are still
struggling.
Yeah, they're struggling. Yeah.
Not that we can talk. But.
So it's consensus here is Tennessee over Florida. has a bye week. They've got to get recuperating after that almost loss to Cal.
That's 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, yeah.
They've been bailed out.
Yeah,
by officiating.
By officiating, yeah.
By private school money.
The 12th man.
But yeah, wow. Would that not have been the craziest thing if you had lost Cal and then we had beat Cal, then we could have been saying, hey, we got a chance against UM in a few weeks. But yeah.
But just let you know that Cal didn't play that great when they played against us.
Well, you know what? I think, and we talked about this. Cal had some opportunities in that game to
put us away.
To put us away, and it just didn't happen. Yeah. That was again the defense that bent but didn't break.
That's correct.
For FSU.
That's correct.
So UM has a bye. UCF plays Cincinnati. Coming off of their loss to the Gators, Cincinnati's got a decent team. I mean, I think they're coming off a bye, and their last their single loss of the season was to Texas Tech, and it was a shootout, like 44-41 or something like that.
No defense.
Yeah.
But so I'll let somebody else pick first.
Okay, Adrian, what do you think?
So you got Cincinnati In Central, you say?
Yeah, UCF.
Yeah, UCF. Yeah.
Let's. I'm gonna go with just with the state. Let's go with Central Florida.
Okay.
Maybe because they're just a Florida team, I probably wouldn't even pick them. Let's go with UCF.
Yeah. I'm going UCF also because UCF's offense is actually. It's big. They're better than what they've shown the last 2 times they were on the field.
Well, yeah, because they kind of struggled against the Gators. Yeah. So you think, and you're thinking since he doesn't have a defense because they let Texas Tech score 44 on them.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm a native Texan, so I kind of pull for those Texas teams I'm taking that as a little bit of an insult. That's okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mahomes was a Texas Tech Red Raider, right?
Yeah, he was.
Gunslinger. I don't know that they had a defense back then.
No, they did.
No.
Yeah.
I don't remember they ever had a defense.
Right.
I think it was always just that air raid offense that they,
exactly.
Texas, Baylor, TCU, always those 70-point games.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever scores 70 first, that wins.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of 70, probably people in Alabama were thinking that they were going to put 70 on Vandy, right? So,
yeah.
So
after Nick Saban's comments a couple weeks ago,
my gosh,
that came back to bite him, huh?
The one place they like to go is Vandy because there's more Tide folks there than Vandy.
Yeah.
Didn't look like it after the game.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Who do you pick in Cincinnati or UCF?
UCF. I think UCF is going to come back after their loss to Florida.
Yeah.
I'm picking Cincy.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going.
He's an outlier.
Yeah, I'm an outlier here in this one. I'm going Cincinnati because I think their offense can do it. And then USF, last pick of the week here is played in Memphis. Now, wow, wouldn't that be an interesting thing if Memphis lost USF? Jennifer, what are you thinking?
I picked Memphis.
Wow.
Okay.
I hope they win. So any team that beats us, I'm like, yes, win.
You've got to hope, right?
But they didn't look too bad against us, and I I picked Memphis.
Yeah, actually, I thought Memphis looked really good against us. So anyway, who do you think, Eric? Who are you picking?
I want to go home team, but I don't see it, so I'm going to go Memphis.
Okay, Memphis, yeah. Adrian?
Yeah, I'm going with Memphis as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they held Florida State at 12 points, so that defense is phenomenal. So I think Memphis takes this one. I'm not... Because what if they lose? I mean, it's like, are we saying that USF is perhaps better than Florida State?
The folks in Tampa will. I'm telling you that.
Well, that's true.
Absolutely.
I don't want to say that just yet. So I think Memphis pulls this one out.
I do too. I think Memphis is the better team, and they. I don't know that they have such a phenomenal defense if they held us to however many points because we haven't scored.
Everybody holds us.
We haven't scored against much of anybody so far this year. So we'll see how our percentages go next time on the podcast to see how if Jennifer and I are able to.
I'm trying to catch up, you guys. I'm trying.
Yeah, but you know what? You're not going to catch up. I think I'm the only one who can maybe catch up because I was the outlier on the one game. Hey, that means you're the whistle.
Yeah.
Doggone it. Have we talked for that long already?
Oh man,
we're
having too much fun.
That's the cue to wrap up this week. So thanks everybody for being here. For questions or sponsorship, you can contact us at Tally Bench at wfsu.org. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Put me in the game, coach.
All right, put us in the game.
Guys, I'm ready to get off the bench.
I'm good here.